So after that,
After the couch, I lock my dogs in my parents' room so that they can't, attack the squirrel even more. So I lift it up, and the squirrel goes bolting straight to the kitchen and under my oven. I was like, oh no, Dad, now I have to deal with this. So when my dad got home, we moved the oven out, and it was in like the back corner. It was a big squirrel. It was like that big. It was a big boy. All right.
Big.
It was a biggin.
Biggin.
Anyways, we tried to prod him out with like a broom. That didn't work. And then we got a bucket to try and lead him into the bucket. That didn't work. And I tapped him with the broom on like his side, I guess. Kind of hard to try and prod him into the bucket, and he went straight back under the stove. And we were like, okay, so we'll bring out the stove and try and coax him out, and then we're just gonna smother him with a towel and throw him outside. So
Quick Chats, we care about nature.
Yeah, no, my dad really didn't want to kill a squirrel.
No, of course you don't want to kill a squirrel.
Yeah, no,
at least firsthand you don't want to kill a squirrel. That's if it was my dog and they already had it in the mouth, I'd just say bring it outside. That's your lunch. I'm not feeding you.
Yeah. Anyways, so after that, we lifted up the oven to try and. We lifted up the oven to try and grab the squirrel, and it was gone. We were like, where'd it go? And I honestly thought it was Houdini, like in squirrel form. He got reincarnated. It was like
Squirrel Dini.
Squirrel disappearing act. That was weird. So then we heard noises coming from inside the oven. We're like, it did not go inside. And it didn't go in the place where he put stuff in. No, it went where there was all the gas lines, like the wires and stuff like that. And my dad doesn't want to take the back off because we're not professional enough to poke around at an oven and have our house explode from a gas leak. So so my dad just turned the oven on to...
Oh, that must be the 12 minutes is up.
Hold on.
Quick break. I'll just explain something real quick. Hi there. It's a little close up. My camera, although it's very expensive and very good at taking pictures, it only has a limit for how long it can record. So, every 12 minutes it shuts off and it has to turn back on manually. So, yeah.
So we're like, oh boy, it's inside the oven. So my dad, he tries to turn on the oven to like a really low temperature to try and scare it and running out because it's gonna get hot. It just started squawking basically, and it didn't come out. So my dad left to go get some traps and stuff like that and some squirrel feed. So, and then the last thing I remember is we turned the oven on max. So if it doesn't come out, it's gonna be a little fried.
You know that thing about Quick Chats, we care about nature?
We honestly, we tried to save it.
It's a genuine attempt.
We genuinely tried to save it, and it's just too stubborn, so we're gonna have cooked squirrel for breakfast tomorrow.
We're gonna You killed an innocent, fat, chunky squirrel.
Well...